feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't
That's why Minneapolis a lot recently. Minneapolis actually is a place where the Bobby Shmurda stuff happened, right? And apparently some ICE federal agents who were in the town, I guess probably executing warrants and doing whatever they're doing to, like, you know, deport illegals. They ran into like some Minnesota people or Minneapolis people that were not that cooperative. And after a standoff and a woman that tried to run off with her car, a cop shot into the car and killed the woman, supposedly shooting her dead in the face. It's been a big thing. There's a lot of people in Minneapolis currently that are protesting. They are gathered to, you know, say this is some BS. Actually, we'll get into that now. So, again, let's review some of the stuff. Let me see. Minneapolis. Here we go. All right. So, let's kind of get to the beginning of this.
More activity further down.
Okay.
To me, just, Gordon, it's just so significant how many agents are.
Okay. So, let me, I want to lay this out pretty good for y'all. ICE Minneapolis. All right. Okay. So, this is, wait, is there? Here we go. Okay. So here's a video, and by the way, trigger warning. I don't believe in this video we'll see anything gory. I do know I took a L the other day when I accidentally showed something, which is deeply regretful, because I aim to make sure I never show you guys anything that's gory. That's not why you come here, right? But this ain't live leaks. So here's the whole thing in a nutshell, right? And I don't know if you guys care about my opinion about these things or otherwise. And by the way, I'm not too sure. I do know it was a lady who was murdered or killed. But I don't know what race she is, if that matters. From what I understand, ICE is going from city to city, state to state, to enact the orders of the U.S. president, which is Donald Trump, which means, hey, we're going to deport illegal aliens, right? And if, you know, they came with this thing before that said that we're going to start with the ones that are doing crime. And if we have warrants for them, we're going to go get them. And we're going to get them out of the country. Now, a lot of cities were cool with it. You know, mostly the cities that there weren't a lot of immigrants at, which was mostly conservative states or conservative cities. Now, the bigger cities, like if you go to, you know, there's certain parts in New Jersey, certain parts in New York, Philadelphia, if you go to, you know, I mean, obviously here with Minneapolis, most cities usually, you know, they're urban areas pretty much. And they usually lean Democrat-wise. The Democrats, they don't like this idea of ICE showing up to communities and pulling people that may be honest working people, but they're just illegal. Pulling them out of wherever they're from. I've seen, you know, I watch a lot of construction videos. There's a couple construction videos going viral. You got my man Pablo. He's on the roof. He's just doing his job, nailing some stuff. He's probably getting paid below minimum wage. But, you know, he just don't got no papers. You know, it's not a criminal. Came over here, you know, probably snuck through the tunnel, was in the back of a car, whatever the fuck, hopped the fence. We don't know. But he's not a criminal. But he don't got his papers. Now, according to the law, even that person who maybe isn't a wrongdoer, they did do wrong because they came here illegally. So they're getting those people as well. A lot of the Democratic cities don't like it, and they're not going to assist the federal government in enforcing these laws. So what's happening is that we're getting really tense showdowns. So, for example, initially, when they wanted to get people who were charged with crimes who weren't legal citizens, what's called sanctuary states or sanctuary cities, like, for example, LA is one of them, they would kind of block ICE from going into their local jails to get the people who are legal. They'll be like, no, you can't come in here. So what ICE would do is like, all right, bet. We're going to go get them when they're going to work. We're going to go get them in the city, right? It's kind of dangerous. they're arresting people at church, at their jobs. They're I've seen one apparently at funerals. They'll swoop down and grab a couple people if they feel whatever. This is such a big issue, chat. Bad Bunny has even went on record to say, I don't want to perform in the United States because I don't agree with all this stuff. Now, keep in mind, this country is full with immigrants, but, we'll go with the letter of the land. It's supposed to be legal immigration now. So Bad Bunny, remember I showed you his arena tour in Puerto Rico? You have people that have to fly out to Puerto Rico to see him because he refuses to perform in the United States. He don't like how, the immigration policy, the hyperextension of ICE, who might be targeting people, and not necessarily because Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, but he does know that his music is consumed through the diaspora, which means through the Latin Hispanic diaspora, which might be Venezuelans, might be Panamanians, they might be from Paraguay, Uruguay. These are people that enjoys music. A lot of them may be here, and even Mexicans, they might be here illegal. So, that's one of the reasons that Bad Bunny doesn't perform or hasn't performed in the United States for a while. So, essentially, ICE is running through these cities, but they're doing it dolo. The local police aren't helping them for most of these sanctuary cities. So it becomes like an odd situation. So if you're driving through somewhere and you run into some federal agents, most of us has never been stopped by a federal agent. You've been stopped by the police, which is a municipal part of your government, right? What your county police looks like, your state police, what your city police looks like. ICE, you don't know what they look like. And matter of fact, you could tell, and you'll be able to see a couple ICE agents. They don't really they kind of look like they thugs. So there are people who are hesitant, who are a little bit scared, and then you have people who are protesting it because the fact is most of these cities, these sanctuary cities, the government, local government are saying, we don't agree with what Donald Trump is doing. Fuck that shit. And they've even some of them gone so far as, we'll give y'all hints and tip y'all off when they're coming to town that y'all could go hide. Right? So essentially, state government and federal government aren't getting along on this issue. And some state government and some, local governments based on how the people in that town usually vote. So what happened here? Well, they showed up to Minneapolis, and I guess they're enacting what the president told them to do, which is deport illegals. Now, Minneapolis is going to be a shit show. Remember, there's a lot of people who are Somali in there. There's a lot of people who are really immigrant. Immigrants have taken over Minneapolis, just like they've taken over some parts of Canada. So ICE goes there, and they're gonna have a run for their money trying to get those people out. And here's the kicker: the state and local government there don't want to support ICE. So you know what they're doing? They're kind of moving a little bit thuggish. They're setting up damn near roadblocks. They're in the middle of the road. They're trying to check people they're doing whatever legally in their power to be able to get people rounded up. And the government there isn't helping them. Police isn't there sitting there with them. They're just there by themselves. What's more even makes the situation more complicated, you have a lot of activists. Maybe these people are legal citizens, but they're yo, we're not with this shit. They're already leaning Democratic with it. They're they believe when it comes to immigration, which I think immigration is a very interesting issue, if you care about my opinion on it. Obviously, I am an immigrant. When they think about immigration, they're yo, if you've been over here, let's say you're over here illegally, and you've been here for 15 years, is it fair that, you just get captured one day on some Maduro shit and they throw you back in a boat or throw you on a plane and just send you back to your country? You have no more roots in that country. All your roots is here. You got kids here. You got family here. Your girlfriend's here. This is where you're from. So a lot of people are in belief that, well, if you've been here for a while and you're not committing crime, because that's the problematic part about it, right? If you catch a motherfucker remember they said there was somebody that did some murder And when they figured out who it was, the person was illegal. Like, that's going to infuriate Americans. Like, why the hell is this person that don't belong in this country committing crime? So that makes sense. But when people are here and they're, you know, listen, I always told you the story. When I grew up, Hackensack, New Jersey, we lived in this 4-family house. And on top of us, was this Mexican family, right? There was a lot of them up there. But one thing about them, they gave no trouble other than Friday nights, they're always going to party. And Saturday morning, you'll see about like 15 boxes of Coronas just out there because they were doing their thing. But other than that, they never gave no problems. They were hard workers. They woke up early. They would take out the garbage, not only for them, they'll take it out for everybody that was around. They were really good people in the community. They weren't trying to disrupt. They weren't trying to do crime. They were hard workers. They all went to work. Most of them worked at some construction stuff. And if anybody's been around like most immigrants, I want to speak for most immigrants, even though I'm referencing Mexicans, they're usually really hard-working fucking people. They're not like, it's really a couple bad apples that come over here and start doing some bullshit, right? So there's people who think that those people, even if they don't have their papers, should be able to figure out a way, and we should be able to figure out a way to get them citizenship. Even if they got to do some stuff, they got to put in some more work, wait some time, pay some tax, whatever it is. Okay. So here we are with this. So this is Minneapolis. You have the ICE, they're running through it, and then you get, some activists who are kind of like impeding what's happening. Now, what ends up happening here, and by the way, just to let you know, this is a federal vehicle. The federal vehicle is not going to come through like your little cop cars that got the nice little signage on it. Hey, this is Minneapolis police. You know what I mean? Stop right there. Like, you know what I mean? No. This is how feds move. Okay? This is why usually when feds are doing an operation locally, they'll team up with the local cops. Because number one, they don't have that much resources. But number two, there's no fed cars that's like, that's like, oh, we all know that's the FBI car, So you can see also why this is a tense situation. So they're driving through and look like, there's always been word in town, like people use social media these days to tip each other off, like, yo, ICE is coming here. And look like there's somebody, okay, we don't know who this person is, at least up now, but they're in this car right here. They're blocking the road. The feds are going to hop out and say, yo, you got to move out of the road. Now, they're kind of blocking the road because they don't want the feds there. They don't want the feds in their city. They don't like what they're doing. They don't agree with it. So let's watch. So they hop out of the vehicle. They're going to confront this vehicle that's essentially blocking the way. Okay? Now, I also want to tell y'all, I know people are hoping that police are not human, but when somebody, I don't care if they got on a bunch of armor, as long as they got a badge, and well, fuck the badge, as long as they got a pulse and a heart, they're human. And if you know it, just like I know it, you hope when you get pulled over, you meet a cop that's in a good mood, that is forgiving, that is also understanding, and realizes his job is to serve and protect. But you might get pulled over by a guy who his girl is cheating on him. He just found out. He's beefing with his mom. He's seen somebody break the same rule for the 15th time, and he's upset, and he's going to take it out on you. And you have to realize those are two different type of cops. The really nice cop and the cop that's a little bit like, shut the fuck up or get out the car. Most of us, we're trying to make it home. And I think they're trying to make it home for the most part as well. So this is the interaction. The way this cop walked up, chat, looks like a problem. When a cop walks up like this, look. Yeah, this nigga right here? Oh, yeah. No! See? So he grabs the vehicle. And he's trying to open the door. Okay? Now, obviously, I believe he would want to remove her from the vehicle or try to detain her. And the way they're looking at it is that you are impeding, not only doing a traffic violation by being in the road, you're impeding a law enforcement initiative. Okay? So they're a little bit, they've been going through this a lot. They're a little bit impatient now. So that's why they're walking up. Yo, get the fuck out of the car. That's the type of timing they're on. Now, the person in the car starts to reverse.
No!
And then you notice there's another cop right here. Now, this cop may have came out of this car right here. Okay? And again, I don't know all the details, but I'm just giving you as many details as seems to be clear right now, and I'm pretty sure we'll find out more later. Now, this cop right here, and I'm talking about the one in the back right here that just appeared, you'll notice he's pulling for something. He's pulling for a weapon. Unfortunately, for many, the police view when you're using your car or if you're trying to drive off, that car is a weapon. If they feel that car could hit them, that's like you almost trying to shoot them. And you notice the cop is drawing his gun, and she continues to drive, and he's going to fire shots in the car. Watch.
Oh, shit!
This is him shooting right here.
Shame! Oh my fucking God! What the fuck? What the fuck? You just fucking, what the fuck did you do?
Now, it's been announced to us, it was a woman in the vehicle, and she was shot in the face, and she was shot and killed. There's another angle of this. Now, this cop is right in front of the vehicle. And she drives into the gun. The gun is pointed at her. She drives into it. Now, granted, I do believe he sidestepped it, but he already pulled the trigger. And it's also very unfortunate because, we're like Monday morning quarterbacking an incident that pulling a trigger requires, I forgot what it is. It's like 5 pounds of pressure or something like that. It's really quick. It's a momentary decision. Like, it's not something that, you get to like really analyze properly. Because when I watched the video, I'm like, well, yeah, she did try to hit you, but you sidestepped it. Y'all could chase her. Y'all got her license plate. You could get her. But in the moment, when he felt that he may, or there was a possibility of him being run over, he shot and he used lethal force. She was hit point blank range in the head. She died. Now, there's another angle. And apparently this is the guy who supposedly did it. Okay. We don't want to see the gory stuff. So it's a longer video.
Fuck out of our neighborhood! Out the car.
Oh, so they're saying get out the car.
No! No! Oh my fucking God!
What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? Murder for what?
Oh, okay. They said the woman that was killed by the ICE agent has been identified as a mother. Identified by her mother as Renee Nicole Good. She's a 37-year-old Twin City mother. She was one of the kindest people I've ever known. She was extremely compassionate. She took care of her people all her life. She was loving, forgiving, and affectionate. An amazing human being. Okay. Now, obviously, some people are putting a little bit more context to it. Someone says, professional agitator, Renee Good. She was from out of state. She chose her own outcome. She's in Minneapolis, harassing ICE. She has her car blocking the street. Number one, she's ordering to get out the car. Number two, she refuses. Number three, she backs up. Number four, she drives forward into an ICE agent. And number five, an ICE agent pulls out a gun. Only when she starts moving forward into his body. 6, self-defense. Case closed, according to them. They said this is the agent. Ed Krasson says this isn't self-defense by ICE agent. Watch in slow motion. The officer fires shots, 2 and 3 at the woman after the vehicle is clearly out of harm's way. His intention wasn't to defend himself at this point. Yo, these type of people infuriate me, Chad. There's no police that says, let me just kind of shoot him. If a police is shooting, it's to kill. There's no, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain. They don't teach you at the academy. Yeah, well, when you shoot him, just make sure you, like, don't hit nothing that's, like, critical. Just kind of, like, give him a Legos. Just give him a Lega. No. It don't work like that. Just don't work like that. Be like, all right, boo. Oh, okay, I'm good now. No more shots. No, it don't work like that. Now, the mayor of Minneapolis spoke out, right? Okay, let's hear what this guy say.
An ICE officer just killed a civilian. But was she innocent? Many are saying yes, based on this clip.
No! No! Shame! Shame! Oh my fucking God!
Looks like cold-blooded murder, right? Now, before you react, ask yourself, is there something I'm not seeing? Because there's another angle. One mainstream media isn't showing you. Watch.
Oh, so this is the other angle. Oh, okay. So I guess this kind of shows that the car really is quickly approaching this guy. Now, granted, he kind of steps to the right a little bit, so it's not like he was ran over, but...
Before you react, ask yourself, is there something I'm not seeing? Because there's another angle. One mainstream media isn't showing you. Watch. Here it is one more time. Look closely. Her car makes contact with the officer. You can see him jolt backwards. And here's a picture showing a bullet through the front windshield, consistent with the vehicle accelerating forward into the agent's path. Now, let's walk through the facts. Is this woman's death a tragedy? Of course. She's a human being. Are you allowed to interfere with law enforcement and then accelerate away when they confront you? No. Did her car make contact with an officer as she accelerated away? The video appears to show, yeah. Did she intend to hit him? We don't know. But let's be charitable and assume no. If your car contacts an officer while you're fleeing, can that officer use deadly force?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can the officer know your intent in that split second?
No.
No. He's not watching a slowed down clip on social media. He's reacting in real time to a car.
Man, let's just keep it a being, man. Shorty played a stupid game and found out with a stupid ass result. Yo, here's the thing, man. As I said, I'm an American citizen, but I immigrated over here. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the biggest fan of, like, the ICE stuff, even though I do think criminal illegals should get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be like, because I came over here on some whatever, I'm going to be like, yeah, them Trende Aragua niggas, like, that's over here, just like the Venezuelan criminal illegal niggas, they're cool. No. I think they give a bad rep to the to the hardworking, illegals out here, because there's hardworking illegal immigrants, right? So that's how I think about it. But here's the truth too. People got to stop with their feelings to evade just logic and what it is. Yo, Trump won the election. He ran on it. He said that's what he was going to do. He was going to deport niggas who don't belong here. If y'all didn't want that, y'all should have just voted for the nigga who was sleeping at the wheel. Biden. It wouldn't be happening. When a nigga gets in office, that's what his initiative, his agenda is. It's not about whether you agree or not. It's not about morally or not. It's now just what's going to happen. The dude got elected on immigration reform. He's going to, like, by the way, a lot of people, even Republicans, think he's not doing that good of a job in the sense of deporting people, but whatever. He's going to try to do something. Not because you may not agree with it. Should you be parking your car in the middle of the street, laying down on the road? No, at a certain point, you going to get smoked. I'm sorry. Like, Shorty played a stupid-ass game. And, you know, I know a lot of people like her who they don't realize that not everybody, you can't just woke explain your way to every good result. There is no negotiation with you and the police. Nigga, you had your time to negotiate at the voting booth. You had your time to negotiate at the voting booth. And I'm not saying that because I like Trump or not. It doesn't matter who's in office. Say I'm anti-abortion or say I'm pro-abortion, right? And motherfucking an anti-abortion president wins and they ban abortion. I'm not going to be like, oh, I still think I should be able to get an abortion, or women should be able to get an abortion, so I'm just going to go do it and nobody better stop me. No, nigga, you heard the rules. So for me, I'm a person of law and order, right? And you know, you can't really be happy about this tragedy at all. But I do think it is better that this wasn't a black woman, right? Because people would have made this a race thing. At least with this, we could be like, Shorty was just too woke. Now she's asleep. Nah, I didn't mean like that. But you know what I'm saying. Like, come on, like she's tweaking. Like the chick is tweaking, bro. I'm sorry to tell y'all. Sad story, but only a fucking idiot. Like no black person, no sane black person would do that. We not trying to hit no cops. Nigga, if I hit the cop with my car, I would think, all right, catch you in the next lifetime. It's over. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So it's like, yo, you try to hit a cop, they smoked you. All right, next story. For me. I looked at it, it's sad.
That just hit him. If you flee law enforcement and your car makes contact with an officer, you are putting your life at risk. And sadly, she rolled the dice.
And then I hate when people say, yo, why the cops shoot so many times?
And died. Now, this might surprise.
Here's another thing, too. By the way, you see, people who do that, it's like right now, right? I live in New Jersey. You know, God forbid, we don't never want these type of things to happen. Yo, if a nigga break into my house, or actually, no, they teach you this because I got my concealed carry. I got my concealed carry off 50 states. All right. If I got my gun on me, which usually if I'm just out and about, no security, I got my gun. Especially in Jersey. If I ever feel the need to defend myself, I gotta empty the clip. I got to. You know why you got to? Because if it ever goes to a jury, like if it looks like you were on some, oh nah, it wasn't that serious, it wasn't life threatening, I was just trying to shoot him in the leg, no. Yo, this is deadly force. If you using it, you think this person's trying to kill you, which means you gotta empty the whole clip. The whole clip. Straight up. That's how it goes. You don't pull it out and be like, this is why they said the dumbest thing to do is to pull your gun out and shooting in the air. That means you shouldn't have been shooting in the first place. What you trying to do, like start a race? So when you now at least shoot multiple times, when they ask this cop and he's gonna get debriefed, you know what he's gonna say? I felt this person was trying to kill me. I was in fear of my life. Not in one split second, the whole thing. And I shot 3 times. That's why I shot whatever amount of times he shot. But this idea that you shoot once, then you kind of scope out the situation and you shoot again. That's how you go to jail. They're going to be like, bro, you didn't even need to if you could shoot once, check out the scene, then shoot again and be like, everybody, yo, is it neutralized yet? Yeah, you ain't need to be shooting. Point blank, period. So this idea that people could just like stop after one bullet, get out of here.
Surprise you, but this operation wasn't triggered by mass deportations. It was triggered by fraud. Yes, it involved deportations, but it was also about billions of dollars allegedly stolen from programs to help children and families.
Oh, that's that Minnesota shit going viral. Okay. All right, listen to this. You gotta listen to oh, this is the car right here. Oh,
Back up!
Oh, bumble clot. No. All right, anyway. So, this mayor was tight.
I am increasingly concerned because of the chaos that is being caused by these ICE agents that somebody is gonna get seriously injured or killed. Somebody is gonna get seriously injured or killed. And whether that is an ICE agent or a community member, we all know.
Yo, I think it's the mayor's fault. Yo, bro, listen. The federal government gonna do what they want to do. The federal government has jurisdiction everywhere. They're not trained to deal with y'all type of citizens who have whatever type of like entitlement or whatever. This is why y'all should have y'all police help them out and deal with the citizens. You know what should be happening there? Local police should be escorting these motherfuckers around. That they could pull up on the car and they could say, hey, listen, ma'am, you got to move out of the road. Hey, we're writing you a ticket then. Now you got these federal agents, they just huffing and puffing like mad tough, steroided up. Yeah, they don't know how to de-escalate. That's what local police are for. Them federal agents aren't trained to be in communities. That's not what they're trained for. That's municipal police. You're trained to know the grandma, the oldest grandma live over there. This that church everybody go to. That's the park that the kids play at. That's your job. So when you get like the fucking governor who's basically saying, yo, y'all gonna cause somebody to die. No, y'all are causing somebody to die. This could have been de-escalated. Yo, here's the thing. And only an idiot thinks like this. You know, it's one of those things where like the police get involved and y'all be like, nah, y'all telling the police, you just go back to the precinct. No, it's not gonna happen like that. The police ain't gonna leave. There is no way. This ain't like Mexico, nigga. The fuck? Like, you gonna run the police back to the station? The police gonna do what they gotta do. So to make sure no citizens or unintended targets get hurt, this is where the local municipality should be helping out to be like, oh, we know these citizens. Oh, that's Renee? Oh, shit, okay. We know how to handle our citizens. That y'all not coming here with guns a-blazing. Because there's no world that no matter what protesting or blocking of the streets happening, these federal agents are going to say, let's try again tomorrow. Renee blocked the street today. It's not going to happen. Now, I see people say take, but like, yo, y'all must be kids. It's not about if you agree with it or not. It's about if you live in America, it's like me getting pulled over by the cops. And I could not fucking agree with why he pulled me over. And I could be like, yo, bro, I think you pulled me over because you seen a black guy driving a nice car. That's still not going to defeat if the cop says, hey, get out the car. I can't just, nah, bro. Man, I'm tired of you racist niggas. Like, yo, this is the third time. I can't defeat it. You know what I'm going to do? Get the fuck out the car. Now, yeah, I feel like y'all acting like kids with this. Yo, the federal government is going to enact what the president done said. ICE is going to go over there and go handle what they got to handle. What the fuck is the point of, by the way, protesting is definitely a right? But peaceful protests, not blocking a road, not throwing shit at them. That's how you end up getting smoked. I'm sorry. Like, I seen some people saying take. I would love to hear. I'll go in Discord. I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. And like, I'm not even arguing policy. I'm saying, all right, let me make up a rule. And maybe I think it's a Trump thing. It's not a Trump thing. I don't give a fuck who the president is. The president could be Elmo, nigga. If Elmo makes up a rule that says shoes are illegal, and I'm like, well, morally, I love my shoes. But Elmo gets elected to be president, and he says, "I'm gonna make shoes illegal," and 80 million people vote for him, knowing shoes finna be illegal. I can't be like, man, I know they voted for you and you said you were gonna make it illegal, but I'm not gonna. Bruh, what are you talking about? Nigga, take them shoes, nigga, or move to another country. Hold on, let me get in Discord because I would love to hear what anyone with opposing opinion of this, and I'll give this about like 10, 15 minutes of like conversation. If you guys haven't joined the Discord, please do. It's discord.gg/academics. Okay.